Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome from wherever you're joining us today. My name is Rubina Malik, and I'm the founder of Silent No More, where we are committed to changing the narrative of generation equality, inclusion, diversity, and gender justice. Our mission is to create a more sustainable world by engaging and empowering women, organizations, and communities through mutual learning, solidarity, and collective action. Our vision is to create a world free of gender-based violence and modern-day slavery. We want to see a world where equality prevails and the rights of women and girls are fulfilled. So today's session, in today's event, there will be no set pattern. So please feel free to share your achievements and raise your concerns. Please participate by using the chat box or ask any questions or post any comments. Alternatively, you can just raise your hand or simply unmute to join. I'll share my screen now. So, as you know, today's topic is self-exploration, a transformational journey. Self-exploration is a process of discovering that there is something innate, invariant, and universal in all human beings. This enables us to look at the confusions and contradictions within us and resolve them by becoming aware of our natural acceptance. And once we start observing inside, we can achieve harmony in all levels of our living. Today, it is all about moving from the negative to the positive. Maureen. We can't hear you. You're muted, Maureen. You're muted.
Sorry, everyone. Thank you so much for sharing the screen. Thank you everyone for being here today with us. So this is a picture, and I would love you, every one of you, to tell me what you see in this picture. So what can you see in this picture? Please let us know what you can see in this picture. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what can you see in the picture that Rubina just shared?
One second.
Remember, this is
sorry,
self-exploration journey.
Yeah, we're just coming out to let you all know that you're all welcome to share and speak up and tell us what you see in the photo. What is it that the first thing that comes to your mind? And because remember, we are moving from the negative to the positive. We're talking about self-exploration, a transformational journey. So there's no right or wrong answer. So feel free, contribute, and there's no set pattern. So just feel free to tell us what is it that you see, what are the first thing that comes to your mind when you see this picture. Okay, Maureen, you can explain a bit then.
So in this picture, personally, in my own, sorry, yeah, I can see a group of people. I can see a line of people, and I can see a person walking from that line. So my question is, what can you see? Like me, I can see a group of people, a line of people, one different person from the others. So I can explain this like this. In my own opinion, I can explain this this way. Like you can be a leader, you can change the world around you and leave a positive impact in someone's life, you know. And you don't have to be old for you to be for you to bring change in that particular place or that particular community that you come from. anyone can be a leader and can lead. You know, I always encourage people to believe in themselves, you know, to take the first step by stepping out of the line, just like that person stepped out of that line or that group, or to, you know, and to lead, because when you lead people, it means that that they will look up to you. You will be a mentor to them. You'll be encouraging them to also step out of a certain position in life, a certain situation, and just be themselves. You know, leaders don't just lead. Leaders are mentors. They encourage others. They're always ready to listen, to understand, and they're also always ready to act. So encourage each one of you or each one of us to be leaders that you have always wished to have, because we can all bring change in our communities and in the world at large. So in this picture, so coming back to this picture, I would love you to also tell me what you can see in this picture. What do you see? How can you explain what you see in this picture?
I think Halima has raised her hand.
Please, Halima, go ahead.
Okay. In my opinion, I can see a lineup of people, and an individual is trying to walk away from the lane. From my perspective, I think that this person with the red, he's trying to be a little bit different, maybe from other people. Yeah, maybe he's trying to come up with his own ideas or ways instead of following the rest of what other people are doing. He's trying to be different. That's according to me.
Thank you. Thank you, Halima. Moving on to the next picture. If Maureen Magak would like to introduce this to everyone, please. Maureen, you're muted.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you. Okay, so I'll just give a nutshell about this. The idea behind this picture is how positive you are about yourself and what is it that you see in the mirror. The first thing that comes to your mind and the first thing to be positive is to love yourself, to love what you see in the mirror. Here you can see a small cat looking in the mirror and finding herself to be a lion, a strong, affirmative attitude. So this is what we are here today, and this is why this event is taking place, is to encourage ourselves and remind ourselves that we need to affirm every day to ourselves that what we see in the mirror is what and who we are. Anyone else would like to share anything? Yes, Halima?
I can also say that if you believe yourself too much, if you believe in yourself so much, you can be the cat, but you can be that as strong as a lion.
Yes.
If you believe yourself that much.
Brilliant. True. Yes, Maureen, please, if you'll raise your hands or you just feel free to speak in. So don't worry, you don't have to wait for me to introduce you or call you. Please feel free. Yes, Maureen.
Thank you so much. And I would just like to confirm if you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And my name is Maureen Magak, and I know you guys have had rounds of introduction, so I'm going to jump right in to just sharing what I'm seeing. So I can relate this most to the picture, the slide that Maureen shared very well before. So I see this cat as that red guy, red young man or young woman back there in the line. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, there's so many things people can see about you. There's so many things you can see about yourself. But at the end of the day, we want to achieve something, and we want to have the right set of how we see ourselves, the right set of attitude. So this little cat here want to achieve something. Maybe they're struggling with something, but they really need to make them feel they can do it. So it sort of works when you feel like, I can do it. I am the lion, even if you're the little cat is in front. So it matters what you tell yourself you are, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this is so sort of like getting out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
And being bold. And for me, I think getting out of your comfort zone and being bold enough to dare, you know, in spaces where you only see the lions, then you feel like I also belong there because I want to achieve the same outcome. So I think it summarizes well that as a young person, as anyone, it only matters what do you say about yourself. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Maureen.
I can also see just the way Maureen has elaborated, that is a cat and that is a lion in the mirror. So to me, I can say it like this, it doesn't matter who you are, how small or big you are. I mean, you might be maybe you might be a vulnerable person, but you can still get out of that vulnerability if you believe in yourself, and if you believe you can be that person that you see, that person that can, you know, that person that can be how can I say, a strong person, a person who can be able to encourage yourself and to
Yes.
encourage people in your own world. So being small doesn't matter. What matters is what you have in your heart, what you have in your mind, the positivity that you carry in your mind. So it's all about your mindset and what you want to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Maureen. Very well said. And that's the reason I must share and confess something just now. When I was preparing for this event today, I think I tried out so many dresses and I was like, should I wear this? Does this look nice? Would this look good? And then I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, no, stop, Rubina. What are you trying to do? You're doing exactly the opposite what you are going to talk about. This is not right. You have to be confident in what you wear because you have to love the skin that you are in. You have to be confident in who you are as a person, not what you're wearing. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I could see the line there. And I said, yes, all I needed was the reassurance, which I think we all women need to do because it is an innate, it is in our DNA to always think either it doesn't fit, it's too tight, it's too short, it's too long, I cannot fit into it because it's what the society has brought us. This is what we have been born, and we learn from our own society is if a man looks in a mirror, he finds a successful businessman, a doctor, engineer, a successful person. But when a woman looks at herself in a mirror, she looks at someone short, tall, fat, thin, dark, light skin, short hair, long hair, not this, not that. That's the mindset that we need to come out of. We need to step out of the line, create our own freedom, create and believe in our own harmony. I hope you ladies would agree with that. If not, please feel free to comment.
You are right. I actually agree with you. It's well explained. And if anyone else has something to say, you can just go ahead and, you know, say something.
This is my favorite picture because this resonates with each one of us, I'm sure. It takes courage to say yes to rest and play in a culture where exhaustiveness is seen as a status symbol. The more busy you are, the more successful you seem to be. The more hours you spend in the office, the more creative you're thought to be. The late you stay in the office is you're doing the most. But that's not true. It means you couldn't finish doing what you wanted to do within the time that you were allotted to do. It is very difficult for a woman to break away, to find her me time. This is what is so important to me. And that is why I said, this is me. Many a times I would do this to myself and think, you know, if I'm resting, if I'm playing, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of what? Breaking away from the norm, breaking away from the stereotype that I can't rest, breaking away from the whole idea that I need to be constantly engaged, constantly engaged in a way which others perceive as me working and being creative. So this is the attitude again that we need to break away from. We need to stop saying, you know, feeling guilty when we need our me time. For me, the best time of the day is my me time. I need to spend time with myself. I need to rest, play, give myself that freedom to express myself and to be able to talk to myself. So as I said here, exhaustiveness is seen as a status symbol. Please comment on this photo and let us know what do you think. And anyone is welcome to say anything they would like to about this. Yes, Maureen, please go ahead. You don't have to wait for me to invite you. Please just say.
Yeah, this photo, I can see a woman, as we just said. This is a woman, and I can see from my own perspective, from my own opinion, I can tell people here, like women here, just any feminist here, to not be discouraged, or don't let anyone demean you just because you're a woman. You are not weak. I believe women can do what men can do, and they can do better than whatever they do. They can do it better than men. So I believe the woman in this picture is powerful. This woman is strong. I believe this woman can lead. She can be a leader. But I believe maybe she has all these stresses in the head, everything, maybe because of patriarchy issues, maybe because of, a lot of reproductive duties. So I believe if she's given a chance to lead, if she's given a chance to get involved, to decide for herself, then she can be better than what I see in the picture. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, anyone else? And I think I would like to make one more comment here is, we don't need to compete with men who's leading the race. We need to work side by side together. We need to empower each other to reach the end goal. And that is to empower all the women and men to work together for harmony, security, and as we say, for justice to prevail, diversity in inclusion. We need to be together. So there's no such thing as a competition going on here at the moment. But all we are trying to say here is, it's, as I said earlier also, it is in the DNA of a woman to always think, always feel guilty, always think, you know, others come before her. It's always her family, it's always her house, it's always her children, it's the husband, it's the father, or someone she's taking care of. It's always someone there for her. It's important to give yourself the me time. Maureen Magak, would you like to comment? All right, we've got two gentlemen here also on the event. If they would like to comment on any of the pictures that we've seen so far, any of the slides, we can always go back for, if you would like to comment on any previous ones also. Is Maureen Morgak still with us?
Yes, I am still with you, and
Yeah,
thank you
Maureen.
so much for giving me this chance. So
Yes.
I'm seeing this picture and I'm seeing power. I'm seeing a powerful woman. And this woman has taken it all. And she's in this space where there's so much going around her that she's struggling with in the community, in personal life, you know, in culture. But again, she also has the will to keep living no matter what. So I see her try to gain confidence to make her stand in the space no matter what. And I just love the way, I don't know, she takes it, draws in. She looks like she's standing in an open space.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
she's like,
perspective. Yeah.
yes, so I like that she kind of like takes her time to feel like this, that aspect of acceptance, like, yes, I am in here, I am here now, and this is happening. And therefore, the cognitive awareness of
Yes.
what is happening around her.
Yeah.
And then she's drawing it in to understand that, yes, this is my reality at the moment, but I am a woman and I am strong and nothing defines me. Yeah.
Yes.
So
True.
I need to have courage. I need to take my time to rest and play. And I don't know, I like what I'm seeing in short. And I've been reading this book called The Power. And this picture reminds me a lot about the power, where it is this kind of a woman that can come out because she's so aware of herself. No matter the challenges in the community, she can come out and talk to others and build this movement that encourages other women out there to be strong.
Very
Thank
true.
you.
Very true. Thank you so much, Maureen. Yes, and when I saw this picture the first time, I could see a woman lying down on the grass, you know, and she's just lying down with her hair open and she's just relaxing. It's playtime. It's the silence, you know. Sometimes you want that. I personally sometimes just like the silence, the quietness, to refresh myself, to refresh my mind, to come back to reality, to be who I am. I need to be able to spend some time with myself. So thank you for sharing, ladies. Halima, would you like to say anything, or we should move on to the next one? Anyone else would like to say anything? Thank you. We move to the next slide. What is it that we see here in attitude, let's say? Maureen, yeah. Yes, please. Yes, please. Go ahead, Maureen.
Is it me?
No, it's Maureen Magak, I think, has raised her hand.
Oh.
Sorry, no, Maureen Vasanga raised her hand.
Okay.
Thanks.
So here I see a group of birds, different from different species. I see brown birds and I see one blue bird. So I see some difference. I mean, some little difference in that surrounding, because that one blue bird has it's just unique from the others. So I think I can define this picture as like this, like it doesn't matter about the problems that you are facing or you have faced. It doesn't matter about the names that you are called or you are being called or you are called or we are being called. You know, you can be unique from the others in all situations by standing out and acknowledging the problem, and also accepting to be helped by those that understand your problem. You must be willing to also accept help. You know, you can always end the problems in your life only if you believe you are better than those problems. So I personally believe every problem has a solution. and every solution can change your life for the best. All you need to do is believe that you can change that situation that you are in, and you can be that powerful person that you have always wanted to be, or that powerful person that you have always admired in someone. So it's all about positivity, mindset, and and giving it your all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Maureen Musanga. Maureen Magak, would you like to say anything?
Yes, I would like to add just a few points from what my namesake has said. I can say it is well said, and as she was speaking and looking at this picture, it came to my thoughts really fast that this coffee chat, especially the topic of today, is very, very crucial because it has to do with ourselves. And this is not something that so many of us come across all the time. And what is unique about this that I see, the angle, is that everyone gets to talk about their angle. It's not like someone sits there the whole day telling us what to do and thank you for joining. So I really cherish these moments where we get to be asked, how is your view? What do you see about this? It's also sort of building. So what I'm seeing from this picture is that difference, that clear difference that you can spot. And I also see the difference from this one penguin, I can say. And this is a bold difference, but then we cannot ignore the many others surrounding him or her around. So this has also powerful meaning. So whatever it is, I think the difference that matters is this blue one with the yellow and the big, because you can see there was some normalcy going on around with the browns. There's something they're used to, but here comes a really strange looking bird that every one of them will turn their heads towards and like, why is he or she like that?
Exactly.
So when we relate this to maybe our community, you find some differences that are not considered normal. For example, we have the sexual identity people, yeah, and then somebody like, no, that is not normal. Do they belong here? For example, we have situations where we have PWDs. They might find themselves in groups where people turn their heads and are like, really, do they belong here? So it's all about, again, how do we treat people that we perceive are different when they are in our midst? So this is a lot to talk about, and it means a lot for us. It's also about to talk about your confidence. How confident are you considering your difference to appear before people? Is it in terms of opportunity? Is it in terms of expressing yourself and really be confident with who you are without shying away and hiding? Yeah.
Thank you. Maureen, thank you so much. And thank you so much for appreciating the way we have set this coffee chat up. And I'll stop sharing for a minute. And so I can see all the lovely people, all the beautiful people here. And while Maureen was talking about, accepting and standing, and when you are different, you always stand out. You want to be positive, but seen as negative. I can tell you from my own experience, when I joined the university, that was my first encounter of studying with men, with boys. I studied in a convent, then an army college, schooling was a convent, then college. And the first time I encountered was sitting with boys. And I was very conscious, very, very conscious. And women and girls were always told to sit in the front row. And all the boys, all the male class fellows were at the back. We used to sit right in front. And suddenly I realized, no, I don't want to sit here. Maybe I want to sit right at the back and make them conscious, because I always had this feeling that somebody was looking, I had that feeling, uncomfortable feeling. And to break away from that, I started sitting right at the back. And lo and behold, I was called in to the dean's office. And he said, Rubina, are you trying to bring in a revolution? I was very young. I laughed. And today those words come back to me. I was not trying to bring in a revolution. All I was doing was trying to do was making myself comfortable. So like Maureen said, when you come out wearing a blue or something like that blue penguin, people are so used to seeing the brown penguins, that the group that you just saw there. I stood out. I stood out because I just wanted to make myself comfortable. Why was that a threat to others? I still cannot understand. So for a dean to call me in the office meant a big thing to me, but those words stayed with me and are still with me. And I think it's this kind of interaction with others is what builds you today. So whatever I am today, or whoever I am today, is because of the positivity those people have left for me in my life. I don't take that as negative, because if it hadn't been for them, if it hadn't been for my parents, especially my mother who's sitting here, Ivy, she's my mother. I'm exceptionally proud to be her daughter. The reason being, if she hadn't stopped me from doing things at that time where I was telling her, you're wrong, you're always stopping me, you're always telling me not to do this, you're always telling me not to do that. But if she had not told me to do that, I would not have been here, an empowered, successful woman in myself, in my own right, to be here today with you amazing sisters and brothers, amazing people, amazing group here today, and be able to confess that, yes, I am who I am because of all the restrictions that were put on me by my parents. So, we need to understand, we develop. I always say, and there's this quote that I love, is that whatever I am, I bring with me. Whatever I will be lies in the journey ahead. So before I go back into the PowerPoints, is there any comment anybody would like to make or would like to add to this conversation?
Wow.
Anyone here?
Good day, everybody.
They,
Daniel, thank you. Yes, please.
Yeah, I really want to appreciate everyone for their contribution. And I'm sorry, apologies, I came in a little bit late, but during
That's
the section.
okay. You're still very welcome, Daniel.
Thank you very much. From the conversation, I just look at, a lot of people have this making a difference in quality in them, but they're always hiding up from it. Like the diagram of the penguin or of the bird, wasn't different. If you look at the diagram, it shows you that wherever you find yourself, the beak of the blue penguin, if you look at the beak, let's start from the beak. It has a unique, is different from others. So anywhere you find yourself, let what comes out of your mouth be different from others.
Yeah.
Then the head has another difference. Think different. Think outside the box. Don't think the way others think. You might find yourself in a particular place in life, surrounded with people of different mentality. It is meant for you to think different. That is why it says it is not where you come from. It's not about where you come from, but where you are heading to.
Exactly. Very well.
So you must be different, even if you come from a different background. Doesn't mean that you won't get to another upper graded background. You understand? So being spotted, it requires a lot of things for you to be spotted. Wherever you are, let people spot you out as being different. in terms of what you do and the things that people see around you. Let it, okay, what the color is beautiful. Be beautiful everywhere you find yourself. So I want to encourage everybody. This is a very, very important section. And I believe that we'll all learn from ourselves. And after this time, we'll all find a way to make this different in our various communities, in our various homes, in our various countries, and the whole world. Thank you very much.
Daniel, thank you so much for your kind words. And thank you so much all that you said, that we need to be different. Wherever you're coming from does not matter where you're coming from. It is the journey ahead. Somebody once, I remember, telling me, as a matter of fact, it was my father once said, it's not the destiny, it's the journey that matters. Enjoy the journey. You'll reach your destination, but enjoy the journey. Be different, stand out, be ready, be confident, stand out, be a leader, be there, be different, accept that you're different, move on. So, I mean, those are the words that you've just said. As I said, my father said, it's not the destination, it's the journey. So let's enjoy it together. Let's move on to the next slide. Yes, please. Please feel free to unmute and say something, what you see here. Remember, it's self-exploration, a transformational journey. When I was selecting these slides, there were lots and lots there where I could have, picked up. I just picked up a few. I know this topic today, we can go on and on, but we just needed to, I understand we cannot encapsulate everything in 1 hour, but we try to bring things that matter the most. So if there's anyone would like to comment before I say anything else about it. Daniel?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. The picture is, I look at the picture and I target the journey ahead. And the journey ahead requires you leaving your comfort zone. It says, are you ready to say goodbye to anything? So are you ready to leave your comfort zone and be at the journey ahead of you to have a brighter future? Okay, look at the road. At the end of the road, there's a sunshine there. But you can only stand afar at your comfort zone to see the sunshine. Side by side, you have ridges, you have some kind of blue mountains, and go down the road has the sunshine. So if you're not ready as a person to leave your comfort zone and move to an uncomfort zone, you won't get to the light of your journey. And it really gives a very interesting part of the story of life itself. It gives you, it makes you learn that wherever you are at your comfort zone, you cannot really make it up from there. So therefore, we need to stand up and say goodbye to something. It's just like an example. You have something filled up with your hand. Okay, let me use let me use an example of a mobile phone based on value. You understand? Probably you have a Samsung or a lesser brand of phone on your hand, and somebody is telling you, let's go of this phone. And you're still holding the phone. You can't hold that device and it's ready to give you an iPhone 13 Pro. If you have that phone on your hand, you won't be able to collect that iPhone, which is of higher value. You understand? So you need to let go. Sometimes in life, we hold on to some things thinking that they are the best for us, not knowing that what is ahead of us is better than what we are holding right now. So the question is, are you ready to let go, say goodbye to something? So that's a question we need to understand. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Daniel. That was very well said. And thank you for your perception about this. Winnie has her hand up. Yes, Winnie.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Winnie. I'm from Lendabos, Africa. And according to the photo, what I can say is my personal life or any other person when you want to reflect your life, and maybe you can see yourself that there's something that you need to achieve, but when you want to achieve it, you cling into all things, like just like I have some very beautiful something in my house, but this thing need to go so that I can bring the change
Yes.
in my life. So you get that I'm clinging to that thing that make me not to pursue my progress, or even a social norms. Like in other community, girls are not supposed to go to school and is supposed to remain that way. So because my elders did not attend school, so I just say that let me also follow that one. So
Yeah.
according to me, I feel that not saying goodbye to the old thing can make you not progress in your life. Or even you can let go of your pain, but when you cling into your pain, you cannot grow in life, or even you cannot forgive yourself and your self-esteem also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Winnie. That was very well said. Okay, I think Maureen has Maureen, and then the other Maureen. So Maureen Visanga, and then Maureen Magak, please.
So in this picture, I can say that sometimes saying goodbye could be the best thing that you've ever done, and maybe saying goodbye could be one way of starting a better life in your life, of bringing positivity in your life, something that you have never done, something that you have always admired, but maybe there is something that has always held you back from doing it. So when you say goodbye, so in this picture I can say, you don't have to stick in a certain situation or in a certain problem just to impress someone, or just because some people will say something about it when you leave, or maybe the community will talk about it negatively. No, sometimes you have to come first. You have to impress yourself. You have to make sure that every positive thing starts with you. You don't have to put other people forward always. You sometimes you can be the one who comes forward, then others can follow. So saying goodbye could be the best thing that someone could do in their lives. And yeah, I just concur with Daniel, because Daniel said something about that, and it came out so great. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Maureen Magak. Maureen Vasanga. No, Maureen Magak now. Sorry, I got confused there. But brilliant. Thank you both, Maureens. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I think the previous contributors really have done justice to this. And something Daniel really said also struck me. And one of the ways of saying goodbye, I think, to the simplest things, because it doesn't have to be really something big. You can start from the simplest thing holding you down. So as I heard Winnie say, you know, pain in our social setup, you know, we always don't have really good mechanisms of finding this healing, and maybe you lost someone, and this is really tough. Therefore, there has to be a process where you accept and just say goodbye. They were there and they're gone. Seeing how to deal with it, not easy. So that is one of the ways of saying goodbye. And another way is, for example, I have a really recent example. I lost my phone.
I was going to say, you've got that experience. Yeah, brilliant. I was thinking about it. Yes, Maureen.
Yeah, it is a really first-hand experience. It was very, and I'm saying very, it was very difficult for me to let go. I always say I was in a relationship with this phone for the past 4 years. You know, it held everything, photos, it had my schedules. So when it is lost, it's like I'm stuck somewhere and I can't remember anything. So it was very difficult for me for those times. But then I think Daniel has said something like, if you lose it, you might have something best you have at hand now. And I was like, yes, I am having a better phone now. So maybe it got lost for the better, but I did not know it at that moment. Yeah. So I can just say there's a lot of power in accepting and saying goodbye for whatever it is that you're going through. And we're joined by one more lady called Liz, so she'll be following through.
Hi, Liz.
And she can contribute. Yes.
Yes, Liz, please. Yeah, I would love to hear from you, Liz. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, so thank you. She will be contributing as she follows up.
Okay.
Thank you.
I would like to just say that when I saw this picture, I saw the source of all life, the sun. If you're ready to say goodbye to the sun and see it go down, you are very strong. You're a strong person in the head, body, soul, in your mind. You are strong. So for someone to stand there and see the sun go down and be ready to accept that is a strong person. The sun is going down on one side, but remember, it rises the other. When you let go, it is very hard. Our previous speakers have all said, it's always difficult to say goodbye. That's the worst thing. I still am very bad at letting go or saying goodbye. Goodbyes are not my cup of tea. I cannot do that. It's accepting, and I think that's the biggest weakness in myself, but I can accept it. I know it is there. I need to fight it. I need to work towards letting go. So here he's letting go of the sun. He's even ready to say goodbye to the sun, the source of all energy of life, for something new. I'm sure there's something, far better for us to achieve when we let go of what is holding us down. Yes, I think you've got your hand up. Maureen Magak, have you got your hand up from the previous, or would you like to add something, or we move on?
Move on, please. Let me put it down. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please. Please feel free to share, comment. It links very well with what we've been saying all through. It dovetails into our conversation beautifully. If you want to fly high, give up everything that weighs you down. One of the things that weighs me down is the negativity that sometimes surrounds us unconsciously. We know it's there. We can't fight it, but we can be positive in ourselves. No one sitting here can raise their hand and say, I have never been hurt in my life and I've never hurt anyone. No one, I'm sure of that. We've all had those moments in our life, personally, professionally, where we've been surrounded by negative people, by negative situations, by those that are always there, clinging on to you for some reason. They are the ones that weigh you down emotionally, mentally, and physically. To be honest, I've never been so exhausted in my life when I was going through a tough phase in my life. And it's just the realization, the minute you let go of the things that weigh you down, you fly high. Please share, unmute and share.
Okay.
Yes, Daniel, please go ahead.
Okay. For instance, you're in a track of race. This means that if every one of us here is on the track, wants to run like 100 meters race, and we are carrying, let's say, some loads in our hand. And the first thing, if everyone is carrying loads in each of our hands, when we want to start the race, the speed it should take us to get to where we are going to the 100 meters final lap is going to be very slow and it will take a longer time. But once you are not carrying anything on your hand, your hands are free. And they say, on your mark, get set. When you move very fast. So in the main sense of this scene is, if you want to fly, give up everything. If you want to, it's also the same thing when you say, if you want to move ahead, forget about your past.
Yeah.
Whatever thing that will make you, in life, there are a lot of things that when you want to, okay, like now, the other birds in okay, the other pathway with the sunlight, if you want to move and you keep on looking backward, you will not move ahead. So if you want to fly, you must give up everything to make you light. Imagine a bird that is carrying something or that is attached to something. It cannot fly high. So we should learn that whatever thing that weighs us down, it might be emotional, it might be psychological, it might be whatever kind of way it is that is making you not to move ahead, you need to drop it and move the way you need to move. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll stop sharing. I have a question now for everyone here. And I would really like you to think and answer. I have a glass of water in my hand. What do you think will happen if I keep holding this glass of water? Anyone? I mean, I can drink from it, of course. That's one thing. But please unmute and say, what is it that you think would happen if I just keep holding this glass of water in my hand? Maureen, you are muted.
Sorry. I think the weight would be too much and you'd get tired of holding the glass.
Exactly.
So you'd put it down just to relieve the weight from your hand.
Exactly. The longer you hold on to problems, negativity, it just weighs you down. So what we just said is, if you want to fly high in the skies, you need to let go. If I hold it here like this, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, the pain will be here. The longer I hold on to it, the pain will be in my arm. To the extent that it will become numb, I won't be able to drink it. I won't be able to let go of it. So this is just one example on our everyday life I've picked up. We need to let go of all the negativity, of all that is weighing us down to be able to fly high. So before we come to conclude this session, what is the one thing or more as takeaways that you have for us? What are your takeaways, if any, from today's event? Or if you would like to comment on any other slide, or if you want to make any other comments, please feel free. Maureen, you're again muted.
So what I can say here is the takeaways. In the takeaways is let go. If you're having a problem, let it go. Be yourself, stand out, and move on. I mean, life doesn't stop from where you are. Life continues no matter the situation, no matter what. So just move on and be positive.
You need to find inner peace. Yes, yes, Maureen Magak. Two participants, it's Maureen and then Winnie.
Thank you so much for the chance again. So I can just say that life has so many challenges, but as an individual, it counts what you do throughout with the challenges. So there is definitely a part to take, a side to choose, to have positive attitude and work towards making yourself stand out, as my namesake has said. And also strive to see to pursue the difference that make you a better person, and kind of like raise your voice, lend your voice, and be silent no more. Do not be afraid to speak up. Do not be afraid for what people will say. Do not be afraid to start that venture you want. Not saying maybe I'm the only one that is doing this kind of thing here. Yeah. How will it be? Do not be afraid. And in terms of any violation, do you see it with the neighbors? Do you see it with friends? Stand up and speak about it, because maybe others are not speaking because they don't know. They should break the silence. So be different in a very good way that builds you, even if you think it is a very small thing, but it means a lot. And just learn to say goodbyes. It's not easy. I know that. It's not easy. It takes time. So talk to someone. And one of the places you can talk, you can approach Robina, you can approach me, and any other person you feel safe with, so that you can talk with them. And just to say thank you so much, Robina, for putting the coffee chat together, because I love coffee so much. And being in this safe space get me out feeling so safe and better. This is my first time to join. I'm so happy, but I feel safe and feeling the feeling that I have when I take the real coffee. So this is very helpful and useful. And please let us encourage our friends, everyone you can think of, to come and gain in this session, because this is very important. Thank you so much, Rubina.
Thank you so much, Maureen, and thank you so much for all that you've contributed so far. So it's a good collaboration, and we love you as a sister, and we love all that you do. Thank you so much. So going to Winnie now.
Okay, evening again. My take is that sometimes there's a light at the end of tunnel. So let us see that light so that we can move. And we should not be at the extent that we are too hard on ourselves. So just be easy on yourself. If anything has happened to you or there's anything that will make you not progress, just take it easy on yourself and also be confident in whatever you are doing. Do not be afraid to try new things, even if it is a new culture, new food, anything that you want to try. Just know that at the end of it, you'll make progress or you'll gain a new experience. That's all, and thank you all.
Thank you so much, Vidi. Thank you. The most important thing here is like that if you see, we've come from different sectors, we're from different continents for that matter. We're here together, which speaks volumes why we are here, because we are supporting each other. That's the most important thing. It's one woman at a time. You support and you build that community, that culture, that mindset. So we are all here doing that for each one of us. Thank you, sisters. Remember that we need to support each other. Thank you so much for our volunteers who are with us today. We've got Erin here, who is a change catalyst. And we had Winnie here with us, who is a volunteer with Lend a Voice Africa. And Halima and Maureen and Aaron are volunteers with Silent No More. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And remember one thing, find your inner peace. Because once you find your inner peace, it will be so easy for you to create the harmony that you're looking for. Don't try to balance everything. Don't try to juggle. Find the harmony. On that note, I wish you all the very best. Thank you so much for joining. And please look forward to our next event. Every second Wednesday of the month, we will come to you with different topics to share with you and learn from each other. Thank you very much, everyone. Every blessing. Take care, stay safe till we meet next. Bye-bye. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.